Hey guys, MartyBoots here. Today I want to talk about Bitcoin versus gold. There is a very interesting correlation there because of the safe haven narrative and all that, and a hedge against inflation. But I want to talk to you about patterns in the past. This is patterns in gold and back in 1974, 1975, and that pattern lasted, for about 4 years, maybe 5 years. Um, Very similar to what Bitcoin is doing here. You can see, the top here in March 2021, and we're still here in 2024. That's 3 years or whatever and pushing. Now, Bitcoin usually moves a bit faster than gold. I think most people would know that by now. We can see how quick Bitcoin has rose, how fast the bull markets happen, how fast the bear markets happen, and gold takes a longer time. It takes years to move up. So, but there's a lot of similarities in the two patterns. You can see, the moving average structure as well. You can see that the red 200 moving average, the white 100 moving average in here as well, in around the bottom. The bottoms dip into the red 200, dips into the red 200, and it moves up, and it also forms this sort of U-shaped pattern. Now, maybe I didn't draw them the exact same or whatever, but you can kind of see, what is going on. Bitcoin had more of a rounding bottom, if you want to call that. Maybe not rounding, but this was more V-shaped. Okay, that's a slight difference. Now, I've already made videos and posts about Bitcoin in our live trading room. Now, I also made posts. No, not here. Sorry, clicking the wrong buttons here. So I made posts here. If you check my video, 17 years experienced trader talks about Bitcoin. I've been trading the market for about 17 years, and I called Bitcoin to continue to drop. And it has been dropping, as you can see in the last few days. It has continued to drop. Here I talk about Av, how Av is building a great pattern, and it looks very strong. DeFi is the king of crypto. DeFi is, it's a leading sector in the crypto market. And this one I talk about where to buy Ethereum. So don't miss out on those videos. But as far as BTC goes, you can have a look at this video here. But I'm going to talk about Bitcoin here, and I'm going to tell you that how it can be extremely bullish. Right, absolutely extremely bullish. Now, I posted in our live trading room in Discord in the last couple of days about this. We have a group of fantastic members in there. We have a great education section. We have tons of buy and sell alerts. I can make you videos on any coin you want, any stock you want, any forex. As I said, I've been trading for 17 years. I was going to say 15 years there, but the time moves so fast. Where does the years go? But trading is my hobby. I wouldn't know what to do if I wasn't trading the market. I didn't think that years ago. I didn't know I would be trading for so long. You just you get hobbies, you pick them up, and you kind of enjoy it. I don't even watch TV much anymore. I just enjoy watching the market, which is interesting. When you're younger, you don't think of that. I used to think my mum was strange for watching TV soaps all the time. But here I am, 17 years watching the market, which is probably more strange than TV soaps. But yeah. Anyway, this pattern here, I want to show you Bitcoin, right? Bitcoin is bearish still right now, but Bitcoin can flip. And if Bitcoin flips, right? If Bitcoin flips here, right? If we are going to be looking for the very bottom on Bitcoin over the next week or two, possibly, right? We need to be watching. There's a possibility Bitcoin is going to bottom in the next week or two, right? It may take a bit longer, but we need to see, right? And if I am correct in the analysis that Bitcoin will eventually do this, and I'm going to get into this in more depth in a minute, and why Bitcoin should do this, um, then the run is not going to happen until a new quarter at the very least. At the very least. And there's a possibility the main run is not going to happen until next year. But the low can be in before that. The low might even be in the very, very near future. That's what I said, in a week or two, because sometimes you can bounce up. Sometimes you can form the low, just say down in here, if this can hold, and you can bounce up and you can chop about there for another couple of months before the breakout and before the real run. but this is a coiled up pattern. Oh, this is a coiled up compression pattern. Let's just do one more. Let's move out here for a second. This was coiled up. If you check my old videos, I called for Bitcoin to go parabolic down in here, right? If you look at my old videos, just scroll back at my account and you will see them. For Bitcoin, I was screaming from the rooftops that there is a bull market coming and Bitcoin is going to go parabolic. And it did go parabolic, and you can see there. Why did it go parabolic? Well, there's a few reasons to understand. Now, the compression pattern, right? This is all one pattern. Some people may want to call this a Darvis box. It would be an easy way to call it. When it breaks out of your box right here, you need to go long, okay? That's one way of kind of looking at it. There's also a triangular pattern. There's also, when you dive deep into the price action and obviously the fundamentals as well, then you can see that this was coiled up and this was ready to run. Also, if you move back onto different time frames, you can see there's we teach how to trade and about these patterns in our live trading room, and we are forming a very, very similar pattern right now. You can see, well, look at the moving average here. The moving averages and the coil, the pattern. It was coiling up here. You can also call this almost a head and shoulders. Here's your right shoulder, left shoulder. There's your head, neckline. And you broke out and you just ran. On top of that, there was a larger pattern, but there's a lot of different things to be looking at there. But you can see this is almost forming the not identical pattern, but a very similar pattern to here on a weekly time frame. But the chart has now evolved from a weekly pattern to now this is a 2-week pattern, right? The chart has evolved. Time has moved on. Time doesn't stand still. And this is now moving to a larger 2-week pattern. Larger patterns can produce larger results, right? Larger patterns can produce larger results. This is a 2-week pattern, right? Larger the time frame can produce larger results. And this is a great example here. Look at this 2-week pattern on gold, okay? Now, gold went 4x from the inside of the pattern, right? If you take your pattern and you take it in here before the breakout, somewhere in here, you can see that that's a 4x. That's 392% from there. Yeah, we'll just try and make it 400 for the sake of it. There's 400 right there. That's from inside the pattern. Bitcoin is also inside the pattern right here. And if you take Bitcoin from here, the target is 280. Sorry, I screwed that. What did I say? Confused there now. 404x. I lost track of. There we go. Right there. 280. Yeah. So I done it the other day, and it was 282. 276 from here, right? Because Bitcoin has dropped since then. As you can see, Bitcoin is dropping. If you check my old video, my previous video, I called for Bitcoin to continue to drop, and it is still not bottomed yet, most likely. But you watch my old video or come on into the live trading room, and I can make videos. I can make updated videos, and I do make updated videos on a daily basis, and on coins, of course, if you want some coins. This pattern now, you might think, can Bitcoin do this? This is crazy targets. Okay, 280,000, right? Is it really? Is it really a crazy target? Considering there's also a thing you need to understand, right? When price breaks out above all-time highs, right, it's very important to understand that there is nothing in the order book. There is nothing in the order book here of sellers. There is a ton of sellers here. I should have drew that all one box, sorry. I should have drew that all, anyway, all one box right across there. That level at about $70,000. There is huge amount of short sellers. If those short sellers close, there is going to be a short squeeze and Bitcoin is going to absolutely explode. If Bitcoin absolutely explodes out above this high and this high here, well, it means that it's a breakout. Most likely, it's because of the structure of the chart. If this breaks out, there's nothing here to stop it going higher. There is not. People don't look to short new all-time highs. Look at this here. Price runs hard. right? I can show you 100 examples of this, right? What happens here? People think, oh, it breaks out. Oh my God, I don't want to get long here because what if it fails? But when you understand that there's nothing in the order book, there's nothing here preventing it from stopping. Why is it going to stop? Who's shorting this on major breakouts? Look at this. See this here? This is what Bitcoin is going to do again, right? When it's ready. Pardon me. When it's ready, Bitcoin is going to do this. And why does it do this? Because there is shorters. There's shorts here at the all-time highs. Once you break this, they are forced to close, and closing shorts equals they turn into longs, right? They have to buy the market. Well, they don't have to buy the market. They can buy a limit. But the buying market will shoot the price up a lot faster. But either way, they have to close their shorts, which results in long positions, which results in a candle like this. There is going to be another candle like that, right? There is. When I don't know. I don't know the date, but there will be. You mark my words. When Bitcoin breaks out of here, because there's so many shorts in the order book here, right here, and if that's $70,000, if we can do this, if this pattern sustains. The ideal situation is to put in a bottom somewhere here, right? Just somewhere here, and this works its way back up. The problem is we are not at a new quarter just yet. We have 25 days left or whatever that is until a new quarter. So there is time, but this is a 2-week chart, remember? So it could run into the end of the month. Now, or sorry, it could run a little bit into the end of the month, but really run on a new month. Now, October, I hope you heard that right, October is the strongest historical month for Bitcoin, right? In all of past histories, October is the strongest or one of the strongest months for Bitcoin. There is, I think it's an average gain of like 20% or something for October. It's a large gain. Now, if we get a 20% move, we're back up here at all-time highs, and this chart is now looking extremely strong and going to break out and absolutely explode. So we really need to be watching down here, right? I know the market is terrible right now, and everybody's fearful and all the rest, and all coins are looking terrible, and they're looking deathly on their deathbed. We do not have the crystal ball, right? We do not have a crystal ball, but we need to be prepared. If this market is going to bottom, it is going to be down here somewhere, right? It's going to be down in here somewhere. So we got to be prepared. Just like gold. Now, don't get me wrong. Gold didn't have such a bad pattern. Not a bad pattern, but that's a 2-week pattern, like guys. That's half a year there. That's a long time. I just want to try and show you. So this is nowhere near as long as Bitcoin, Bitcoin's. I want to just move that. Actually, I don't need that anymore, do I? I'll move that out of the way. But this pattern right here, it's not as long as Bitcoin's, of course, and it's slightly different. But eventually, we got the bounce back up, and we retested support, and then we moved from there. But look at the moving average structure. Look at this moving average structure. The red 200 is support. The white 100 as extra support, and once the white 100 curls up and gets underneath price there, this was all bullish action. In theory, this should all be bullish action, but where is the low? Where is the low? And that's what we need to look for. So, guys, if history repeats and Bitcoin can find a bottom, this can really moon. This is a coiled up pattern. This is, if you want to call it again, you could say that this is a Darvas box, right? And Darvas box, you can read it's an old book I read, How I Made $2 Million in the Stock Market. It's a very old book, but a fantastic read. You should read it. Definitely read it. There's a lot to learn in it, but you get Darvas boxes all the time and all different time frames, and this is basically one large Darvas box. You can also call it, there's many patterns you can call this. If you check my old post, right, I made a post from a few years ago. Bitcoin was here. And I made a post that maybe we were down here, okay? But I made a post that this was a shoulder, and this could form a head. And if this forms a head, we will likely form a right shoulder. If you check back in my trading view and scroll way down, you will you'll find that post. And the post is basically saying that we are going to form a giant head and shoulders pattern. And I made that post back in here somewhere, right? Because this already looked to me like it was a shoulder. So here we are, foretold, my old post foretold that this is now a head and shoulders. And obviously we've got a neckline. So wherever this forms and consolidates, I don't know how it's going to consolidate, but we need to watch. But this is a giant head and shoulders pattern also. So, and the other pattern you want to call it, right? Let's look here. Okay, there's the other pattern. It's a giant bullish triangle, right? Look at this giant bullish triangle, guys. This is a bullish ascending triangle. If you don't know what that is, you should Google it. We could also say this was a giant bullish triangle right here. If I hide and move these moving averages, well, you can just see Bitcoin loves these patterns. It loves triangular patterns. Now, what way is this going to eventually develop? Maybe I didn't draw that properly there, or whatever, but you get what I'm saying. This had a bit of a fake out to the downside because it's clear as day. Look at the line there, and we had that one fake out. But once we got back in here, of course, it was back on, and away we went. So what I'm saying is, in the near future, I know people are calling for the death of crypto and the death of everything. It is when, what's that old saying? When darkness into light, when things are looking their worst, can often be the time to pay attention the most. And crypto and altcoins especially look terrible, to be honest. But Bitcoin also looks terrible, and it looks like it is not bottomed yet. What is Bitcoin doing? Bitcoin's down. I'm looking on my other screen here, 3% down. So I just want to put the warning out there that Bitcoin has a coiled up pattern, very similar to what gold had, right? It just needs to find its feet. What is going to be the catalyst? Is the catalyst going to be the rate cut in September, right? We don't know exactly how Bitcoin is going to perform in this rate cut, but Bitcoin looks like it needs a catalyst. And if history repeats in this type of pattern, this is a coiled up pattern. Coiled up patterns can absolutely moon, right? And I'll stand by that. My target I think we were in here somewhere. We were in here. I called for $16,000 to $20,000 bottom. From here, I called the prices up here at 40 something thousand. You can watch the video in MartyBoots BTC channel, in our Discord, in our live trading room. Just come into the channel and scroll up. There's a link below in the description, guys, and there's a weekly free trial. I don't know if I said a weekly free trial. It used to be a 3-day free trial, but currently they're running a weekly free trial. But come on and check us out. Go to MartyBoots BTC. I called for Bitcoin to drop to 16 to 20K. Right in here, and I even called this bottom, right? This bottom even before it happened, because I said we would stop hunt these lows, and that's where we're going to bottom. We watched the video, and then I called for $170,000 target. That was my target. Okay, so and we could surpass that target. As gold did, gold surpassed those targets and absolutely mooned. So it definitely is time to be paying attention, because coming into the end of this quarter, if this is going to hold here, we could put in a major low, and the low that might be the low for the next few years, and it might actually happen in the next week or two. So we definitely need to be on guard, because if this pattern holds, it is very, very important. Last thing I will say, Microsoft, I just want to look here, back in the early 90s. Look here on this run-up. Look here on this run-up. I just want to show you, if you look at these patterns here, look at the pattern here, look at the pattern here, look at the pattern here, look at the, not quite the same there. I thought there was another one. Look here, see here? Look at these flat patterns, okay? These patterns, flat base, bull flag, right? Flat base bull flag pattern. You can see here. Look at this flat base bull flag pattern on Bitcoin, okay? This flat base bull flag pattern. I'm being a little bit rough here because I'm 19 minutes into the video. Sorry for the long video, guys, but it is important, because we are on the verge of something major happening in crypto, right? And the thing is, if this pattern fails, okay, it's going to fail and we're going to crash lower. If this pattern fails, we are going to go a lot lower, right? We're going to get a flush lower. There's going to be panic selling and all the rest. But in the meantime, we need to focus on this pattern to see if it can hold. And there's one more thing I want to show you. The very last thing, and it's very important that I want to finish on this. Look at these patterns here. Look at these patterns. Look at the bottoms. And every time they find a bottom and they move up. They find a bottom and they move up. They find a bottom and they move up. Okay, this needs to find a bottom and see if it can move up. Okay, so this is what I want to finish on, guys. Very important. I need to go to a 3-month chart. Let's just sorry. I think this is. Okay, yeah, perfect. Found it. Okay, look at this. Look at this. Look at this. Very, very interesting. I want to move this out of the way. Now, if you look at gold, I want to move this out of the way because I want to finish on this, guys. Very important. Okay, when you look at the parabolic pattern, look what happened. There is one consolidation candle before the parabolic move. Okay, Bitcoin is having one consolidation candle so far. Of course, we don't know the future, but gold had one consolidation candle right at the all-time highs, right? And from there, the next quarter broke out and it absolutely mooned to the upside, and then there was no turning back, and it bounced 400%. That would result in a $280,000 Bitcoin, okay, if Bitcoin does the same as gold. Okay, so that is extremely important. Bitcoin here is actually a 6-month candle, meaning that it might actually be on a new year, but we need to see, right? That's not guaranteed. This is based off a 3-month chart. Maybe on a new quarter, Bitcoin could actually run as well, but time will tell. And for the record, this is what Bitcoin looks like here. This is what the pattern looks like on gold. And even the starting pattern looks similar to this on Bitcoin, by the way, if you zoom into it. And you can see what happened. We went parabolic, and then we had a long, drawn-out bear market before absolutely ripping to the upside again. And Bitcoin could do something very, very similar where, it does, something like this or whatever, and then goes again. It's very, very possible. Anyway, guys, if Bitcoin can find a bottom in the next week or two, Bitcoin should go parabolic. So we need to watch this extremely carefully. Anyway, guys, if you want more videos, if you want some help, if you want a group of fantastic members, if you want some buy and sell alerts, if you want some great education, we also have thousands of trading courses and stuff like that. Come on and check us out. Crypto Check in the live trading room. The link is below in the description. Have a great weekend, and I will see you there in the live trading room.